Hi, welcome to Just Spooling Around Block 8. We are going to be constructing the churn dash block, which, if you remember last week's block, which was the shoe fly block, this block is very similar to that one. We're just using half square triangles that are a little bit different in size, but the construction is basically the same. So since the construction is pretty much the same, I decided I would choose some funky fabrics this time just to make it fun and interesting. So if you haven't downloaded your pattern, go ahead, print it off if you need to, get your fabrics cut, and let's get started on block 8. Our first unit is the half square triangle. You're going to take your light fabric and your dark fabric, and you're going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. Now, I want to show you the writing utensil that I used. This is by Martelli. You can find it at www.martellinotions.com, and it has a white ceramic lead. They offer different colors like pink and yellow, and this was perfect for drawing my diagonal line on my dark fabric. So before I sew, I want to show you, I'm going with the pink for my color of my block and using this psychedelic black fabric. I love, love, love it. I found it in my scraps. Okay, so now that you have drawn your diagonal line, you're going to sew 1/4 inch on the left and right sides of that drawn line. And then we're going to cut apart on the drawn line, just like we have on our previous blocks. We're going to press towards your dark side, and then you'll trim to 2.5 inches. Once you've made your half square triangles, you're going to repeat the process to make sure you have a total of 4. Lay out your block components, and we're going to sew our components together in rows. Now, here's how I sew them. I'm going to pull this aside. I sew these together, these and these, as in chain piecing, and then I come back and you press towards your darker color, and then we're going to join the last of each row. Once you get all that done, then you're going to join row 1 to the center, row 3 to the center, and press towards your center row. So before I go and make this one, I wanted to show you this one. I flipped the colors. I just thought this would be really cool. I just love this fabric. Here's a larger piece of it. It was just something I found in my scraps. I'm having fun playing with my scraps these days. Okay, let me pull my block together and we'll move on to the next step. So our next step is to align or add our joiner pieces. Now we're going to go psychedelic. We're just going to continue this movement. I love it. I think, wow, I wish I had more of this fabric. And matter of fact, where I am standing, you can't see it, but I can see my fabric wall, and I keep scanning my black fabrics to see if I have more of this fabric. Okay, so you're going to, or our next step is to add your side pieces, join those, and press towards them. And then you're going to add your light pieces. Press towards your light bars. Now, before I do that, I want to show you something. So I'm going to pull these all over here, and then I'll show you the finished block in just a second. Okay, so here's my top, and here's my bottom. All right, so it matches. Well, I just want to let you know, I made one of these. So can you see what's wrong with it? Here's what it should look like, and there's what it looks like. So I think that's hilarious that I did that. Just wanted to let you know that I make mistakes too. So what do you think? It is kind of out there, isn't it? It's kind of, wow, it's so bold. I absolutely love my psychedelic spool block. So, all right, I'm walking around to the front. Here we go. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so there's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. So, we've been doing the stitch and flip method pretty much for every spool block, because that's how we make our top and our tops and our bottoms. So what do we do with those leftover triangle pieces? Well, you can make 2 1/4 inch quarter square triangles. How cool is that? So now, if you think about that, with whatever fabric you are using for your spools, your top and your bottom, you can create, because you get 2 per block, so we're making 12 blocks, so you'd get 24 quarter square triangles, and you can put them in your borders, or you can put them in the sashing. Okay. So you can take and you can make your sashing and cornerstones. You can trim them down. You can cut them a smaller size than what I suggest in the pattern. And then these would fit in there. You would have enough to go around the outer edge. So that's one idea to use your stitch and flip triangles with. All right, stay tuned for block 9 coming next week. Let's hope I have no issues. Have a wonderful day, everybody.